Hello, I'm Simon O'Brien, here with another exciting edition of Do I Not Know That, the show that has more passion than Peter Reid's pep talk. 3 more teams of football supporters are here, each hoping they can prove a point by getting the points. From Grimsby, we have Andy Humberstone, Richard Stoddard, who is the captain, and Jason Paget, and their subs are Bob Smith and Rodney Edge. From Huddersfield Town, we have Dougie Thompson. In the middle, we have Anthony Rigg, who's their captain, and Andy Mullins on his left. And their subs are Dave Kinder and Ian Thomas. And from Port Vale, we have Ash Connor in the middle, who's the captain, Phil Sherwood on his right, and Scott Connor on his left. And their subs are Owen Sloss and Zoran Kivazovic. I hope that was all right. That's today's teams. Three teams from up north, but wherever you're from, this is how you get to the final.
108 teams are split into 12 groups of 9, each playing 4 games in the first group stage. The top 2 teams, plus the 12 highest scoring losers, will go through into 4 groups of 9. They play a further 4 games with the top 2 plus 1 high scoring loser going through to the semi-finals. The 9 teams play a straight knockout final, with the winners playing a one-off final.
So that's how you play the game, but if you want more details on the show, do visit our website at www.itv.com/football. We start the match, like all matches start, with the teams being at home. We're going to find out just how much they know about their own turf. 90 seconds to separate the anoraks from the also-rans. 1 point per correct answer. There's no passing, so it's always best to have a guess. Okay, Grimsby Town, I'll start with you. Are you ready, boys? Are you limbered up? Then, Andy, your time starts now. What is the club's nickname?
Mariners.
Correct. Which club did the Mariners defeat to win the Auto Windscreen Shield in 1998?
Bournemouth.
Correct. Which club knocked Grimsby out of the FA Cup last season and went on to reach the semi-finals?
Wycombe.
Correct. Who scored Grimsby's winning goal in the playoff semi-final in 1998, winning 2-1 on aggregate?
Donovan.
Kevin Donovan, correct. Who once managed Grimsby before leaving Liverpool through the 60s?
Bill Shankly.
Correct. Grimsby reached the FA Cup 5th round in 1996, but which club knocked them out 4-1 in a replay?
Chelsea.
Correct. Who made his league debut aged only 16 years and 143 days against Walsall? Correct. Who in his first season at the club led the scorers list with 13 league goals when Town won promotion in 89-90?
Cladman Donker.
It's Tony Rees. Against which club did Grimsby set their highest attendance in a cup game in 1937?
Wolves.
Correct. Who, by managing Town to the 3rd Division Championship in 1979-80, won the 3rd Division Manager of the Year award?
George Kerr.
Correct. And in that 1979-80 season, which club knocked the Mariners out of the League Cup in a 5th round second replay?
Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Correct. Which club en route to the 1st Division title gave Town their record defeat of 9-1 in January 1931?
Arsenal.
Correct. Who scored 137 league goals in 227 appearances between 1920 and 1927?
Pat Glover.
Jimmy Carmichael. Name the father and son who once played in the same game in 1909.
Tweedy.
J and W Butler. Well done, lads. You've got 12 points. Okay. Okay, next up at Huddersfield. Will the Terriers do the business? Are you ready, chaps? Your time, your home turf, starts now. Which side knocked Huddersfield out of the FA Cup last season 2-0 at the Macau? Correct. In the 1994-95 promotion-winning campaign, who scored 26 league goals for the club?
Andy Bull.
Correct. In September 2000, Huddersfield suffered a record 5th consecutive home league defeat against Burnley. But who was the former Terriers striker who scored the only goal of the game?
Andy Payton.
Correct. Which future English Test cricketer moved from Huddersfield to Manchester United in January 1976?
Andy Sadlerton.
Correct. In November 1987, which side inflicted the Terriers' record league defeat of 10-1?
Manchester City.
Correct. Who succeeded Neil Warnock as manager of Huddersfield in 1995?
Brian Horton.
Correct. In 1993, to which Premiership side did Huddersfield sell Simon Charlton?
Southampton.
Correct. Which then non-league side did Huddersfield defeat 7-0 in the first round?
Lincoln United.
Correct. Who scored Huddersfield's first post-war FA Cup hat-trick against Crewe in January 1982?
Steve Kingdon.
It was Peter Fletcher. In 1995-96, Huddersfield reached the FA Cup 5th round for the first time since 1972, but lost 3-1 in a replay to which Premiership side? Wimbledon. Huddersfield reached the semi-finals of the League Cup for the only time in 1968 when they lost on aggregate 6-3 to which side?
Arsenal.
Correct. From which club did Huddersfield sign midfielder Rob Edwards in 1996?
Crewe.
Correct. Who did the Terriers sign for Manchester United for $65,000 in June 1972?
Darwin.
Correct. From which club did they sign Welsh international Dick Krosiski for £45,000? West Bromwich Albion. But well played, lads. You've got 11 points. Well done. Okay, Paul Vale, you've seen how it's done. You can handle this, can't you? Of course you can. They smiled confidently. Your time starts now. Who was the manager of the club between 1980 and 1983?
John McGrath.
Correct. Who scored twice on his Port Vale debut in the 3-0 home win over Oxford last season?
Brooker.
It was Mark Bridge Wilkinson. Against which club did Vale draw a first-round FA Cup tie last season by 4-all before losing the replay? Correct. From which club did they buy Martin Foyle for £375,000?
Oxford.
Correct. Which player scored a goal in the 1998 World Cup finals, having made his Football League debut with Port Vale on the opening day of the season in 1982?
Gabriel.
Correct. He scored for Jamaica. Against which club in 95-96 did Port Vale record their first league double for 70 years?
Tranmere.
Stoke City. Which club defeated Port Vale 3-0 in a Division 2 playoff final in 1993? Correct. In 1977, Vale reached the FA Cup 5th round for the first time in 15 years. But which First Division side beat them 3-0?
Oxford.
Aston Villa. In 1993, which side did Vale beat in the Autoglass Trophy final in
Stockport?
Correct. Who were the brothers who were joint leading scorers in 1980-81 league campaign?
Bailey.
Correct. Neville and Mark. Who was the second division leading scorer with 29 goals for Port Vale in the 86-87 season?
Darren Beckford.
Andy Jones. Who made a club record 761 league appearances from 1950?
West Wilson.
Correct. In August 1994, Port Vale received a club record fee of £1 million from Sheffield Wednesday for which player?
Ian Taylor.
Correct. In August 1993, which side... That's time up, and you got 10 points. Well done, Port Vale. Well, after the home team round, let's see which teams have got into the groove the quickest. Grimsby have 12 points, Huddersfield 11, and Port Vale, I'm sorry I got that wrong, has 9 points, but well done. Now round 2 is the general footy round. 30 seconds of vintage soccer videos followed by 30 seconds of questions based on the games you've just watched. A sharp eye and a sharp mind are what's required. No passes are allowed. Your answers must come through your captain, and I must accept your first answer. The best of luck as we get things underway. Right, Huddersfield Town, how are you chaps? You alright?
Yes, we're fine, thanks.
What are you hoping for this season?
Promotion.
That's confident, isn't it?
Well, no, but we're hoping
you'd agree with him? Yeah?
We're hoping for that.
Well, I mean, do you think you kind of deserve what? You belong one league up, one division up, don't you?
I would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah. A glorious history like Huddersfield Town. Okay? You ready then, chaps? Here comes your video. Watch carefully. Dodgy keeping there, I reckon, but guys, were you paying attention? Okay, your time starts now. Which player's long-range strike clinched the 1990...
Sheridan.
Correct. Who is the Manchester United goalkeeper who cannot stop? Correct. Which player gets his head to the corner to score into the...
Dominic Matteo.
Correct. Against which Italian club did Matteo score the header?
Roma.
AC Milan. Who is the Irish goalkeeper who funnels the ball into the net?
Bonner.
Correct. Matthew Bonner. Which Dutch player's shot did Bonner fail to hold? Correct. From which club did Leeds sign Dominic Matteo?
Liverpool.
Correct. Okay. Poor Vale. Don't all be looking round. Look at me. Hey, don't be trying to hide from it. You ready? Here comes your video. Watch carefully. go, great stuff as usual. Okay, chaps, how much attention did you pay? Let's find out. Your time starts now. Stan Collymore was seen scoring a downward header, but for which club?
Southend.
Correct. Against which club did he score?
Grimsby.
Correct. Which Real Madrid player scores a downward header?
Vale.
Correct. Who is the lead goalkeeper who can't keep the header out?
Robinson.
Correct. Which Brazilian player slides the ball into the corner of the USA's net?
Bebeto.
Correct. Who lays on the pass for Bebeto's goal?
Romario.
Correct. Oh, well done there, lads. Grimsby Town. Sorry about that last question there. There you go. Okay, Grimsby. Watch carefully. Here comes your video clips. Well, those faces look serious with concentration there, but did they pick the information up? Are you ready, Grimsby? Your time starts now. Who scored for Bolton after the goalkeeper fumbled the ball? Take a guess.
McAteer.
David Lee. And which ground was the goal scored?
Elm Park.
Correct, Reading. Which French club scored against Rangers?
Monaco.
Correct. Which Italian striker scored for the French club?
Simone.
Correct, Marco Simone. Which Spanish defender expertly finishes during the '94 World Cup?
Butragueno.
It's Fernando Hierro. Never mind. Okay, as we approach the half-time whistle, let's see how the scores stand. Grimsby have 15, Huddersfield Town have 17, and Port Vale also have 15. It's a tight one. A very interesting first half, but there's still a lot to play for. Which of the teams can hold their own in the second half? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to the second half of Do I Not Know That. Before we move on, let's see what subs have been made in our northern encounter. Grimsby Town, any changes?
Yeah, I haven't seen the captaincy from taking a rest.
Any tactical reasons for this?
It's just a well-earned rest. Just a well-earned rest.
And who else? Andy, you've joined us?
No, I moved.
Okay.
It's a well
Okay, moving on. Huddersfield Town.
Hello, I'm Ian. I've replaced Tony.
Any reason for this?
Yes, I'm going to do the specialist signal.
All right, okie dokie, fair enough. Port Vale, changes. Oh, Zoran, you've gone and done it to me, haven't you? Zoran Kivazovic. Kovacevic. It's like trying to commentate on a Chelsea game, it really is. Okay, mate, listen, Port Vale, before we just get on here, Port Vale got a very famous supporter, haven't they? Yeah.
Some people really don't.
Certain Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, some people would say he was famous.
He hasn't put his money in, yeah?
I think he's worth more than Port Vale, isn't he? Anyway, some inspired changes by the managers there. Obviously, certain players have not been performing as they should have. It's time now for the specialist round. Each team nominates one player to go under the spotlight. That player can choose any football history and has 60 seconds to answer as many questions as they can on their chosen subject. As usual, you can't pass and there's no conferring. Okay, Port Vale, who will be your specialist player, please?
Me.
Okay, up you come, Philip Sherwin. Philip Sherwin's first match was against Bradford in March 1968. He supported the Vale for 31 years. He is a season ticket holder, of course, and he hates local rival Stoke City. Well, fancy that, eh? Okay, Philip, your specialist subject is Port Vale, the 1953-54 season. I don't think I need the cards for this, I'll know all these. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Your time starts now. Who joined the club as player-manager in 1951 and led the club during the season as manager?
Freddie Steele.
Correct. Which was the only club to defeat Port Vale in the first 25 league games?
Gateshead.
Correct. In the fourth round of the FA Cup, which first division club lost 2-0 on their own ground?
Cardiff City.
Correct. Which was the first club to take a point off Vale and eventually finish runners-up in the league?
Barrow.
It was Barnsley. Who were the holders of the FA Cup knocked out by Vale in 1954?
Blackpool.
Correct. Prior to the defeat of Blackpool in the Cup, Vale conceded just one goal at home in the league. Who was this against?
Hartlepool.
Correct. How many of the 46 league games ended in draws?
13.
17. Who scored the only goal of the game in the defeat of fellow third division side Leyton Orient in the FA Cup 6th round?
Albert League.
Correct. Who was the former Vale star who scored a penalty against the club in the season's cup run?
Ronnie Allen.
Correct, for West Brom. Against which club did Vale gain their biggest win in the league?
Stockport.
That's on the buzzer, you did it, well done mate, you got 9 points, well played. Okay, moving on, Grimsby Town. You know the drill, guys. Can we have your specialist team player, please?
Yes, we nominate Andy Humberson.
Up you come, Andy. Andy Humberson, his specialist subject will be Grimsby transfers of the last 10 years. His first match was against QPR in 1967, and his favourite player is Bob Cummings. That's fair enough, mate?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Your specialist round starts now. Who would win a League Cup winners' medal in 1988 and move to Blundell Park from Nottingham Forest in 1996?
Neil Webb.
Kingsley Black. Which international was a free transfer signing from Tranmere in the summer of 1999 to replace the departed Aidan Davis? Correct. Whose 2 spells at Blundell Park was separated by his move to Hawthorns for 6 months? Correct. Which 34-year-old came to Grimsby for £10,000 from Halifax?
Butcher.
Correct. Who moved from Leicester in 1998 and made 285 league appearances before moving to Shrewsbury in 1998?
Kevin Jobwin.
Correct. Who kept goal for Watford in the FA Cup final and spent 6 years? Correct. Who won an FA Cup winners' medal with Coventry and cost Grimsby £100?
Wayne Roger.
Correct. Who in March 1996 set a new record when he left Grimsby for Blackburn Rovers?
Gary Croft.
Correct. For which player did the Mariners pay a then record £180,000 to Carlisle in March 96?
Tony Callumore.
Correct. Who moved from Sheffield United to Blundell Park in 92 and cost Charlton £700,000 in May 97?
Bunker.
Correct. Who made just one appearance for Sheffield? Well done, Andy, you got 10 points, well played. Okay, they know their stuff. Do Huddersfield Town. Who's your specialist team member, please? Okay, Ian, up you come. It's Ian Thomas. His specialist subject is the 1925-26 season. He's followed the team for 58 years, so he can probably remember this. His best match he ever saw was against Bristol Rovers at Wembley in 1995. His favourite player is Dennis Law, of course. Okay, mate? Are you ready, Ian? Your specialist round starts now. Who replaced the great Herbert Chapman as manager of the club?
Cecil Potter.
Correct. Which team inflicted upon the Yorkshiremen their own defeat at Leeds Road in the league?
Newcastle United.
Correct. Which famous player joined the club from Aberdeen and just
Alex
over...
Jackson.
Correct. On December the 12th, which club defeated Town by 6-1?
Bolton Wanderers.
Correct. Against which club did Town share 10 goals in a thoroughly...
Rotherham Smith.
Correct. Town scored only 1 goal in the FA Cup. Who scored it?
Very good all.
Correct. It was a pen. Who finished the season with 35 league goals to equal Sam Taylor's
George
club?
Brown.
Correct. Which player was acquired from Dromfield Woodhouse and provided a fine deputy?
Very good, oh.
And provided, no, I'm sorry, it was Harry Cawthorne. Which club knocked the Terriers out of the FA Cup en route to the final itself?
Manchester City.
Correct. Ted Taylor was the club's regular goalkeeper for their 3 championship wins, but who played 13 times in 25-26?
Mercer.
Correct, Billy Mercer. Which member of the side had won 2 FA Cup winners' medals with Villa and scored 4 times in the season league campaign?
Clem Stevenson.
Correct. Who was the club's leading scorer? Well done, mate. You also scored 10 points. Well played, Ian. Right, let's have a look at what that's done to the scores. Grimsby have 24, Port Vale also have 24, but just out in front, it's tight, are Huddersfield Town with 27. Okay, let's see what subs have been made for the final round. Huddersfield Town, what changes?
Yes, I've come in for Ian just to give him a little bit of rest after his pressure of the spotlight.
Fair enough, yes. Port Vale? No, you're staying as you are. And Grimsby Town?
After Anders Tunnell's so fit, he's gone to the bench replaced by Rob Smith.
Right. Listen, Grimsby, have you got any young players which the Premier Club should be keeping an eye on?
No.
Oh, I see. Like that, is it? Fair enough.
Genius.
Okay. You've just 90 seconds now to pick up some extra points. Yes, it's time for the buzzer round. We have 90 seconds of quick-fire footy questions. Get the question right and your team get 2 points. Get 1 question wrong and your team gets a yellow card. Get 2 questions wrong in this round and your team gets a red card, which means 1 point off. Every further incorrect answer will be a further point deducted. Now the last round, but not the last game. Okay, are you ready, teams? The time starts now. Who took over as manager of Manchester United in 1986?
Alf Ferguson.
Correct. Which was the second English side to win the European Cup in 1977?
Liverpool.
Correct. For which club did Blackburn sign Alan Shearer for a British record?
Southampton.
That's correct, Huddersfield. Which was the first European country to win the World Cup 3 times?
Italy.
Correct, Grimsby Town. Who captained Chelsea in the FA Cup wins of 97 and 2000?
Dennis Suarez.
That's correct, Grimsby Town. Dennis Suarez. Which club won the first division title in 97-98 before being relegated from the Premiership the following season? Huddersfield Town. Nottingham Forest. Who is England's most capped international player? That is correct. Peter Shilton, 125 caps. Who was the goalkeeper who played for Coventry City in over 600 league games? Huddersfield Town. Correct. Who was the manager of Leeds United when they won the league title in 69 and 74? Huddersfield Town. Correct. For which Italian side did both Trevor Francis and Graham Souness? That's Huddersfield Town. Correct. Which Scottish international striker won caps in the 1990s whilst with Chelsea, Spurs and Glasgow Rangers? That's Grimsby Town. Sorry? Sorry, it was Gordon Jory. Which club plays at Goodison Park? Huddersfield Town. Correct. Who was sacked as manager of Crystal Palace near the end of last season?
Alan Smith.
Correct. Who were the brothers who won nearly 200 caps in total for Denmark? Huddersfield Town. Sorry?
The Nielsen's.
It was the Loudups, Brian and Michael. Who was the Scotland manager in the year... It was Jim Jeffries, I'm sorry. And that's time. With the scores are Port Vale 28, Huddersfield Town on 32, but this week's free scorers are Grimsby Town with 36. As you can see, the game is over with all 3 teams being tested to the fullest. The scores are in, but what does that do to the league standings?
Well, Simon, a solid performance by the Fishermen leaves everyone else reeling as they level up at the top with the Gunners. Both Huddersfield and Port Vale put in solid performances. However, video evidence revealed that Grimsby scored only 35 points and Port Vale 27 points. So that's it from me. Back to you, Simon, in the studio.
Thanks again for that, Ali. If you want more details on the league standings and the rules of the show, visit our website at www.itv.com/football. Jeff Chappell once said that his team couldn't pass water. Well, there were no passes today, just some very hard questions. I'll be back again soon with some equally difficult questions on Do I Not Know That? See you then. Okay, team.
I think the lads got stuck on the buzzer. I don't think your buzzer was quite working as it should be. You want to check that out?
It was very close. 3 good teams, I thought. We'll be up there, all 3 of us, I think, at the end of the season.